Well, there is something new at Bauman's Farm and Garden. I'm with Christine, and Christine, you are the cider maker here.
I am the cider maker.
And really, it is a tradition at Bauman's to make regular cider. I mean, during the fall, we come for all the fall festival, and we have delicious cider. But you've made it fermented now for the adult beverage.
That's right. That's right.
And then you were telling me that actually there's a long history of cider, hard cider here about Grandpa. So if you could tell us about Great Grandpa.
So as I have asked around the family for why aren't we making hard cider? Gosh, I think we're missing the boat, guys. That's where the real fun is. My dad shared with me a story of my great-grandpa Stephen, who also lived on the farm and, you know, was an orchardist and raised apples. He would make hard cider in the barn, and so the kind of the tradition of it is that you take the fresh pressed cider and, you know, give the kids their fresh pressed sweet juice, and you put the rest in barrels in the barn. So he had right up by the bridge in the barn, you would turn left and you would see 4 barrels of hard cider percolating through winter, and then that's what you enjoyed. And the neighbors would come and have a pint of cider with Great Grandpa Stephen, and I think my dad was a touch young to really enjoy it, but I have a feeling from the stories he shared that you know, he might have had a taste.
Just a little bit. Well, it's great that that's in your blood. I mean, the Baumans have such lovely things here. I mean, you have such wonderful produce, wonderful plants and everything. And for you to come in, you know, as the cousin of the family, to come in and say, let's do this. Yeah. What a wonderful idea. So you actually have a little tap room here in the store.
We do. I'm very pleased. It's been a very exciting kind of adventure into this, and people have loved it. People love being able to grab a pint and then pick up their produce and have a donut and do some shopping.
So how many do you make this time of year? How many ciders?
Well, so far we have on tap here 4 different ciders. We have a Clyde's Dry named after Brian's and my grandpa. And so that's a dry cider, and has some crab apples, so it's got some great tannic intensity there. And then Stephen's Sweet, named after our great-grandfather, who was the early orchardist on the farm. And that is just back sweetened with fresh apples from right here on the farm. And that's what's so fun, is being able to use whatever we have and as much as possible. You know, even when we need a little honey for sweetening, we get it from the bees right here on the farm.
That's remarkable.
I'm very fortunate to have that access. And then this is the Obsidian Blackberry, which is kind of like a Marionberry. It's less known, but it's a great tasting berry in the early summer. And then our Loganberry is made from Loganberries, and when I was a child, the Loganberry field was right there. And I remember, you know, Loganberries are a soft berry, and so if you were going to be in a berry fight with your cousins, that would kind of be your berry of choice, because the blackberry can really hurt when, you know, but a Logan is just the right effect, that squish as it hits you.
But a much better use of this berry to make a hard cider.
Oh, all right. We don't fight with those much anymore.
Well, I love that you can come right up to the tap here in the store, and you could really try all these, and maybe you could take a growler home or a pint home.
You can take a growler or a mini growler. You can have a pint right here in the store, so people can bring their growlers and fill them.
So is there a special order to taste these? Do we want to do it some way that it's better for our palate to enjoy them?
So in general, we start with the dry, and then we get sweeter and sweeter. And then if you have, you know, extravagant or kind of like flavors that we add, like the berries, the Logan is very intense. You wouldn't necessarily want to do that before you have the dry. So here we do a tasting flight, and these flavors will change. You know, I'm watching the rhubarb grow ripe, and I'm like, I can't wait to get that rhubarb into my glass. And, you know, I'm working on whatever comes ripe. So as, you know, I've got 8 taps to fill here, and we'll do it as the season progresses. And so that's a lot of fun. And so that'll certainly change. But as you come into the store here, you can have a tasting flight and get just a little taste of each. And it's a lot of fun to just like see what's in season, because that's certainly my intent, is to reflect back the bounty and the variety that's here at Bauman Farms.
So really that's a hook to get you in here at any season of the year. So you want to try your flight and see what the seasonal ones are, and then you could also get a pint or a glass or a growler to take home. And where can we find out all about the flavors and what you're doing every couple weeks or so?
So certainly there, you can link to it from the Bauman Farms website, and then we also have our own website separate we link to that is Bauman Cider, B-A-U-M-A-N-S cider, and we'll always have available, you know, what's on tap here, what's out in the community. We're in restaurants
wonderful.
and tap rooms all
great.
over Portland metro area and coming in Salem. So that's how you could find out the latest information. Where are we? When can you get us?
Well, you really have to come out to Bauman's Farm and Garden and to the original store and come and see what you can get in hard ciders. Well, thanks so much and happy fermenting.
Wonderful. Thank you.